Good morning, brothers and sisters. Doug White down here in Alabama. I had cut my little video off earlier the other day. I was out in the yard. We had to go to a little family get together like we usually do. I have three sons and a daughter and a bunch of grandchildren. We had a big time over there. They had some tacos. Had themselves a taco party. Well, anyway, I can't really eat like I used to eat because got some kind of in my old age here, I got some kind of acid reflux or some kind of problem. I have to eat like a bird. But anyway, just wanted to talk with everybody today again this morning. Peace and love to everybody. All the people that commented. Brother Sammy, he said something last night to me. We were talking. I'm kind of groggy this morning. My coffee maker hasn't got up yet. Let's see. The State of the Union. The State of the Union. I'll talk about that. The State of the Union. You know, we have State of the Union address every once in a while. I get my State of the Union. I got my State of the Union address last night on the Grammy Awards. Well, I didn't really watch it. I just turned it on there for a little while. I barely could watch it, you know. That's the state of our union. That if anybody watched it last night, you'll see what the state of our union was in. Anyway, just want to come back and talk with everybody this morning. Appreciate all the people that tuned in and see what I got. This old man down in Alabama's got to say, think about things. I was thinking about war. War. Talked about that a little bit the other day. I like to ponder these things with people that tune in on my little channel. Ponder war. Just thinking about what a horrible thing it is and why we have it. Are we going to have some more? I'm sure we are. But anyway, I was thinking about that Civil War that we had in this country. Barely, I know there's some videos that say it didn't happen, but it's just for the sake of what I do. I go out in the graveyard out there in our town. There's a section there given for people that were young men that were killed there and buried there that fought in the Civil War. Brother against brother. Think about this. How did this come about? Of course, all of it's romanticized now, you know, in our movies and these group of men went to the same school up there up north. I believe it's West Point. Were trained in the same school, but anyway, they ended up brother against brother in this nation. And now in the little town around there in the south, they got monuments of the heroes, you know, of that war. And we kind of just think of it, you know, as a, you know, they think fondly on this thing where I forget how many thousands, but it was way up there, thousands of young men lined up on one side of a pasture and on the other side of a big pasture down here. And kill one another in battle. Think about that, brothers and sisters. Brother against brother. What kind of and then uh, if somebody, one of the men was to on either side was to say, "Hey, I'm getting out of here. I'm not having this," then they would be uh, by their own general or whoever was in charge. They would be hunted down and shot. The firing squad. What kind of thinking you think that is? How free are people that would do something like that to their own kind for whatever reason? For whatever reason. I like, when men differ, I like to think that before I would kill somebody or kill my fellow man, that I would move on and let them have whatever they want and trust my God to take care of me. That happened I believe that's what Abraham did. Didn't he just say, "You take what you want, I'll go my way"? Somebody check into that for me. But I like to think that. I'm not saying I'm not violent. Anybody wants to mess with grandchildren, they got a fight on them hands from this old man down here in Alabama. But as far as my life's concerned, I'm not so sure I'd shoot somebody or shoot somebody dead. I'd rather try to maim them or try to stop them without using deadly force if they were going to kill me. But I'm not so sure if some young people broke in, that I would try to kill them, would want their lives, because they might be on drugs or something like that. But like I say, when you're going to harm one of these grandbabies, like I say, you're going to have a fight on your hands. But that's the way I look at the matter this morning. I read in the Bible where it's drunk on the blood of the saints. I don't know what that scripture means over in Revelation. Somebody might want to look into it for me. If it should be taken literal, or is it? But if it's not taken literal, I'm sure it's both. It could be both. These people behind the scenes actually drunk on the blood of the saints. And then also, but there's another way it could be drunk on the blood of the saints. War. Brother against brother. That somehow or another, these psychopaths convince one another to kill one another. You see what I'm saying, brother, sister? And then make heroes out of them and give themselves awards, in our folklore. I don't think like that anymore. It's a terrible thing to take somebody else's life. It's a terrible thing. Well, that's just what I was pondering here this morning. The Civil War. Just think about it. Brother against brother, lined up against one another. For whatever reason, they were convinced to do it. To do that. I always thought it'd be, Mark Twain, when that war came about, he took off out west somewhere. We don't think of him as a, most Americans think of him in a fond way. He wrote some real humorous stories. I really like the man, a lot of his stuff he does, even though he did get real dark at the end of his life, had a lot of tragedy. But just pondering this morning, that's what I do on my little channel, ponder things. I want to tell people that I don't really, if they want to, check out some of my songs out there. I wrote one song, Never Any Curvature. Never Any Curvature. And in that song, I have Get Back in Line. You fool, you just can't see. Our wise men discovered gravity. Get back in line, you fool. You just don't see. Our wise men discovered gravity. Get back over on the flat earth discussion this morning. Our wise men discovered gravity. Anyway, that song I think is Never Any Curvature. Never Any Curvature. And well, I want to check that song out. But anyway, we stayed over there pretty late last night. They had a little karaoke machine there, and everybody was cutting up. Even the little kids, we let them do a song. They did their song. But Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace, brother. That's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take to populate God's heaven. It's grace, brother and sister. Nobody's lived up to His law. Nobody can. And that's the way I have come to think here in my latter days, in my twilight of my years. But anyway, just want to get back with everybody and talk. I hadn't had my coffee yet. I come in and talk to this phone. This is my daughter put up that. Well, she did that when she was in grade school. You know, I don't put any of my family on here because the internet can be a cruel place, and they didn't sign up for it. So it's just me. You just have to imagine that I have a family, but it's just me. I put myself up there, but I love my family. We just celebrated. Well, we didn't celebrate. We just had a ham sandwich or something. Our 50th anniversary of being married. Our 50th anniversary that came up the other day. Just the other day we made it to 50 years. All these kids, God let us live that long, and our 50th anniversary of marital bliss. And what a road we've been through. But anyway, still going through it. It's 50 years ago. I was down there at the bowling alley, and this two little pretty girls walked by, and I had just I did what was in that song that Ray wrote by Leonard Skinner. What's your name, little girl? Of course, I'll finish up on it on the next video, but that's what happened. I'd had a few, just had learned how to drink, and that helped me on my, loosened up my tongue so I'd say something. So when she walked by, I said, "What's your name, little girl?" And then the rest is history. 4 kids, a bunch of grandkids, wonderful life. Except on my part, it's been a wonderful life. On hers, I doubt it. But anyway, I'll get back and tell you more about that on the next video. Peace and love, Miss Old Boy, down here in Alabama.